Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Hey there, fellow patriots. You're listening to The Kevin Jackson Show on KJRadio.com. I'm your guest host, Liz Matory. Feel free to follow me at Liz Matory, which is LizMatory, on Facebook and Twitter. So thank you so much to Kevin for this awesome opportunity. I think I'm going to be regular. I'm going to be your Friday host for the next several Fridays. So definitely looking forward to this amazing opportunity. And I just wanted to give a shout out to Kevin again. And of course to the listeners. I know that, we have different perspectives, but all the more reason we've got to, speak up for what we believe in. And this is a wonderful opportunity to make sure that we have more diversified voices. Before we get into a lot of the information that has happened over the last week, I wanted to remind us about Baltimore. As I had mentioned before, last week I'm in Maryland. Baltimore is our major city here. And if you want to, see and monitor what's going on in Baltimore, just go to homicides.news.baltimoresun.com. There is a actual map that you can sort of tally how many homicides happen in the city of Baltimore. So in light of all of this wonderful protesting and newfound social activism that everyone seems to have identified over the last year and a half, I just want to remind them that we've had a lot of problems, especially in our urban communities, and we're quite frankly sick and tired of business as usual, because business as usual gets you to what? 21 homicides in the last 30 days as of today. 19 of them are from shootings. 62 in the last 3 months. One of those was someone under the age of 18. 56 of those are shootings. 144 in the last 6 months. And again, that's 130 from, shootings. 3 of those shootings were of people that were under the age of 18. Let's try 2017, which was recorded as the most violent year of recent history in Baltimore. 9 children were killed by gun violence, and in 2017, 91 of them that passed away between the ages of 18 and 25. Let's go to 2016. Only within, the last 2 years, 2016, there were 318 homicides, and 8 of those were children. So between 2016 and 17, in the first 3 months of this year, 2018, if you add 8 plus 9 plus 3, you get 20 children who have been killed by what we actually know as gun violence. And they've lost their lives to the actual guns on the street. All of those illegal weapons that are literally dropped in neighborhoods. So what do? So we can exterminate each other. We have to be a lot more honest about what's going on. And quite frankly, I know I'm sick and tired of it. When I saw firsthand the degradation of my community in Washington, as an adult, if you will, putting 2 and 2 together, as I had mentioned to you in last week, no more government, especially Democrat-led government, will find any of the solutions. If anything, they have, let's say, in Baltimore, they have been in control this whole time. Theodore McKeldin was the last Republican mayor. That was 1963 to 1967. And so from 1967 until now, there have only been Democrats who have governed, if you will, in the city of Baltimore. I have to put an asterisk on that as well, because one of my mentors is Mayor Kurt Schmoke. He is a three-term mayor in the 80s and 90s of Baltimore. He was also a rather unconventional mayor. He tried a lot of innovative solutions to try to attack and thwart the violence and the degradation of his community. He's actually a Baltimore native. And he actually still is very active in the city, and he's doing his part. And I know for a fact, if anything, I could kind of, put an asterisk on the fact that there are some good Democrats still out there, and I would include him as one of them. So we are going to see a lot of these flecks of, again, newfound social justice warriors that have really degraded the actual concept of social justice. As a Howard grad, I take social justice and criminal justice reform and, civil liberties and civil rights extremely seriously. It is a part of my legacy. It's a part of all of our legacies, if you will. But right now, right here, we have a bastardization of our own history, and we need to really identify it for what it is. And I'll talk more about what the progressives are doing, not only to our children, but to our psyche and to our social sort of fabric. Then they've got to stop. And what we can do here on the conservative side is speak up for our principles, absolutely, but also call these people out. How many times have you been called a racist, or you don't know, or you're ignorant, or, all these different things we could talk about. We're actually going to close out our show on your favorite gal, Hillary Clinton. But, it's not just one or the other. It's all of these people who, quite frankly, they have a lot of issues on their hands. And they don't speak for us. They obviously aren't doing anything when it is really needed the most. So, they can continue to do whatever they want, but we know that they're fake. And we have to constantly call them out on their fakeness. If they really, really, truly cared about gun violence, actual gun violence, we wouldn't have had the most violent year in Baltimore to date in recent history. So, as I said, let's start on the facts. Let's start on reality instead of the fabrication, instead of the, fabricated events that they want to, coax our young people into thinking that they have this, again, newfound, understanding of the world. These problems have been here for quite some time, and the ones that you have identified are not the real issues. Yes, people have issues. Yes, people are shooting up people, but I would argue they're being allowed to shoot and to maim and to kill. I know that's a lot to handle right off the bat, but I just wanted to speak my truth. We'll hit you back in a moment.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful 4-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.